Listen, I'm glad to have you back with me. And we bouncing around today, touching on issues, and I'm getting ready to get into the next issue. I'm kind of delaying talking about what's going on with President Donald Trump and the Epstein files, because I don't think y'all gonna like what I got to say. So I'm kind of bouncing around from topic to topic. But I'll get there. I know that's what y'all want to know about. Y'all want to know where I stand on all the recent revelations, but I'm getting there. I just ain't ready to do it right now. But we're going to go back to Philadelphia. And I want to make this point. You see, this is not about trash. Although the trash is a manifestation of the problem, what we're dealing with in Philadelphia and what we're dealing with in Democratic City is really not about trash. It's about their inability to govern. And furthermore, it's about the socialistic and communistic policies that have been pushing into these cities. So now we got a strike. And we got people who want more money. They feel like they should get paid more money. Is it true that they may be worth getting more money? I think they've proven a point that they should get paid more money by letting the trash pile up. But here's the problem that we run into. When we have cities like Philadelphia and cities like Los Angeles and cities like New York and all these other cities who take massive portions of their budgets and allocate it towards illegal aliens, this is the result. And remember, all the federal payback and aid that was supposed to come to pay for sanctuary cities, they ain't getting it no more. And so I'm saying this to you. You see what you see manifesting in Philadelphia? Oh, buddy, it's about to happen all over the place. You want to know why? Here's why. Because they blew their budgets on people who were not citizens. And quite frankly, it has to happen. If you really think about it, this must happen so these people can learn a lesson. It has that. So many things that are happening right now are must happen things. Well, DW, I live in Philadelphia. Ain't no reason why I gotta have my trash piled up in the street. Yeah, there's a reason. Because you didn't fight back when they said there was a sanctuary city. Because you didn't go out in the streets and march against them when they said, we're going to take care of our constituents, the illegals. You didn't stand up to them, and here's the consequences. You see, in America, for a very long time, there's been no consequences for the actions. And we're in a season of consequences. That's kind of what I'm getting to about the President Donald Trump, Elon Musk thing, and Epstein. Well, Epstein ain't pay no consequences. Hold your horses. We're in a season of consequences. And you're seeing it all over the place. You see it everywhere. But let's get into the video. Get to the dang on video.
This hour, the City and District Council of 33 are once again back at the bargaining table.
That's right. We are 1 week into this strike, 8 days to be exact, and you don't have to look too far at all to find just mounds and mounds of trash just lying around Philadelphia. We've got team coverage for you on this again today. Josh Sanders is in West Philly monitoring the negotiations, but let's start with Dan Snyder in Southwest Philly, where neighbors tell him one pile has significantly gotten worse just over the last week. Dan.
Yeah, Natasha Siafa, good evening to you. We are at Sherwood Park, right near 57th in Baltimore, and you can see just how much this trash has piled up. Coming about a third of the way down the block, there is a lot of trash in here. You can see the sidewalk has really become a one-way for people trying to walk through here. And again, right next to a park and a playground here. Now, I can tell you within the last 20 minutes, a Department of Sanitation truck has come up. Folks have come out and started to remove some of this trash. But the thing about this site, this is not one of those 63 city designated drop-off sites. This is just an area where people just started dumping trash. It's one of several areas like that we have seen where people are now seemingly just dumping more and more trash.
The trash stinks. The trash stinks. The trash smell like a wet dog.
Trash in Southwest Philly is interrupting playtime for these kids from Love to Learn Learning Center. Daycare workers say this is one of the only parks they can bring the kids to. But with heaps of garbage lining the sidewalk, it's overwhelming.
We can't stay out here for too much longer because it stinks out here. We literally only been out here since 10 o'clock and we now about to leave because it stinks.
And they tell us since the strike, this pile has only grown.
It hasn't been cleaned up?
No, it's been a whole week.
But this location stands out because it isn't one of the 63 drop-off locations set up by the city. And it wasn't the only place we found people simply leaving garbage.
let me say this to you, because this just came to me. I got a download while we was listening to this. You know, the globalist is slick. Remember in my other video, I was telling you that evil is everybody's upset about Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, but people underestimate evil. They really do underestimate evil. You see, watch this. You bring in these illegal aliens. You go have blue cities go broke, right? You can't afford sanitation. You can't afford this. You can't afford policing. You can't afford this. You let these criminals run wild in the streets. Illegal aliens everywhere. You get some kind of terrorist attack, something going on. Not only do you get to bring in your damn robots, oh, they're on strike, we will bring in our robots the next time they do a strike. But you also get to bring in your full-on surveillance system. And see, we oh my goodness. We as humans, we don't have the ability to think as far ahead and see all the like pieces of the puzzle. When you truly think about it, they've already told you, people like, not Elon Musk, like Bill Gates says, we really won't need a whole bunch of humans. You know, AI is going to do everything. It's all the same program and all the same plan. The problem is we as human beings are responsible for the situation that we're in. The same people in these neighborhoods, if they said, no, you're not going to take all our money and give it to illegal aliens, you're going to pick up this trash, you're going to fix these roads, you're going to fix these streets. If we just stand up to their movements, they cannot succeed. They just can't, because you're fighting them. And it's in contention. It's the fact that we don't contend with them in any way, shape, or form, which is why they're going to roll, why they're rolling over us. And it leads to manifestations like this, consequences of actions like this. And they're like, oh, it's not in an official dumping station. Why would they put it in an official dumping station? Why would they put the trash where you tell them to put the trash? Why would they make it convenient for you when you can't pick up the trash? Guess what I'm doing? The first pile of trash I see, I'm throwing it right there. That's just going to be that. Oh, well, James, you didn't put it in the right location. I don't give a damn. You're not doing your job. It's crazy.
Quick drive down Market Street in West Philly shows bags piled up under the L. This comes as piles continue to grow at the designated drop sites. Cleanup was underway at the city site near 54th and Market. Gloria, who lives around the corner, credited the crews, saying they clear this location daily, but it rarely lasts long.
Well, they're here now, and I say give it an hour, give it or two, and they'll be back.
A few blocks away, trash was pouring over the dumpster placed at 48th and Spruce. Shalane, who was waiting to catch a bus, has had enough.
The odor out here is bad. The mental strain when you're looking at this trash is bad. It's just, it's off the hook.
And as this strike enters its second week, people around the city are now pleading with leaders to reach a deal and clear out this trash.
Please come to some type of agreement, because this is sick.
Please give them people whatever that they need so they can go back to work.
So unofficial sites like this would be considered illegal dumping. That's something city officials said yesterday during their news conference that they were planning on cracking down on. A spokesperson for the Office of Clean and Green did tell us today they do have crews that come out and clean up these sites. They did not provide details, though, on how often that happens. Live in Southwest Philadelphia, Dan Snyder, we'll send it back to you. All right.
It's a shame. It's a shame. And you notice they put all the black people on the news. The girl with the baby on her hip. Could y'all please come out here and clean this up? You voted for it. Or you didn't vote and you got it. But by not voting, you voted for it. This is what happens when you vote in Democrats that don't give a damn about anything, that have an agenda to stay in office. They spent all the money on somebody other than the citizens of the city. And again, there's consequences for everybody's actions. And I don't want to see kids running around next to piles of trash, but guess what? It may take this for people to wake up. So I hope the strike go on for 2 months to where people get a belly full of the people that they voted for and say, no, we're not voting for these people no more. But unfortunately, the minds of human beings, us all, are malleable, and we tend to forget. And so they'll vote another Democrat in office because they'll get in there and they'll talk about how black they are and how the white man is bad and Republicans are the devil and we got to look out for our people, even though simultaneously while they're telling you got to look out for our people, they bringing in all kind of illegals and they all in your neighborhood. And they all in hotels and getting free housing and you sitting in trash. You got a whole damn trash apocalypse going on outside your house. Next where your kids play in the park. Damn shame, man. But there's consequences for every action.